Are you guys ready? Is everyone ready for today? Honey, today is going to be huge for Delicious Party. But you cannot even imagine what we are going to have next week. Hello everyone, it's Lel. How's everybody doing? Hello Cheese, hello Silverwind, hello Dewey, hello Inu, hello David, hello Anthony, hello Tracy. How can you say you're not ready? Tracy girl, come on. Hello Midkun, hello and goodbye. How are you? Look, today's a big day, but next week is also gonna be huge. You know why? Because next week is gonna be insane. Let's read the summaries. Episode 37, which is today. Amane is excited about her last cultural festival as student council president. However, she thinks she spots the Narcistoru, who should not be in Oishina town. Meanwhile, Rosemary, searching for traces of their mentor Ginger, also visits the festival to talk to Amane's parents. As Rosemary is talking to Yui and the others about it, a report arrives in a transmission from Cookingdom. Look, basically it means that Narcistoru will have escaped the jail that he is in Cookingdom, and now he is going to be free, and he will obviously go after Amane because that's what he likes doing. He loves teasing Finale, and he wants to be punched by Finale. That's clear. But, girl, we just have a little summary of next week's episode. And baby, it's gonna be crazy. It is going to be insanity all around. Look at this. Episode 38. In order to find out what happened in the past, Yui and her friends visit Oishina town 20 years ago with the power of Kome Kome. There, they are greeted by... Who's gonna greet the girls in Oishina town 20 years ago? It's obviously Yone. Yui will meet her past grandmother. Her grandmother in the past, her past self. So it's from a time Yui wasn't even born yet. Girl, it's gonna be insanity. The girls are gonna go to the past. The girls are going to meet past Yone. That is why the title said something about Yui meeting someone, meeting her grandmother. So remember when the girls went back in time in Kira Kira Precure? It's probably going to be the same thing. But in Kira Kira, we didn't really have an emotional attachment between the girls and what happened in the past, because it happened way back in the past. The girls didn't know anybody. Now, they do. Now Yui does. The others not so much, but Yui does. So we are gonna have a little bit of time travel in Delicious Party, and we are probably gonna learn more about what happened. We're probably gonna learn what actually happened 20 years ago next week. Baby, next week is gonna be crazy, but I'm very curious for today as well. Let me see who's here again. Hello, Princess Karimar. Hello, Train Hunter. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Tyrone. How are you, babies? Hello, Chloe. Hello, Mibook. Yeah, Narcistoru is back today. Hello, Goro 2. Train Hunter, I did not watch the live stream. Hello, Holly Dreaming. Winglight, hello. Winglight, you're driving. Please be careful. Don't drive and type at the same time. Winglight, please don't do that. You're freaking me out. Hope you've stopped. Okay. Hello, Jacob. And today, Inu will join me soon so that we're gonna chat about theories, and we're gonna recap everything that happened in Delicious Party so far. And we're also gonna we're also gonna share theories on what we believe are the stories behind everything. Sport Ball! Hey guys, I can't believe it. A full year. I've been a member for a full year. Insane. Excited to get to the deep plot portion of the season. Yes, we are getting there right now. And I'm crazy excited about it too. I think this story is going to be very interesting. Don't text and drive. Yeah, I think that maybe Winglight isn't driving and texting at the same time. Maybe he stopped. We don't know. Tracy, yes, tomorrow morning for sure. You're going to help me nickname my team, okay? Because I need to get ready. I need to get ready for Seraphine. We need to get ready for the Elite Four. Hello, Ash. Hello, Benji. You caught a Murkrow. No website update. So we're not good, Inu. We're bad. We're bad. Where is the website? Where is the website? Look, are you guys also suffering with the fact that we don't have the website yet? I am. I need to know the name of the next season. I'm kind of getting like, where is it? Just learned Sarina and Quaquaval are rivals. Narcistoru's days are numbered after he encounters Amane. Let's see. You already know what I think you should name the shiny belly bolt. Yes. Yes, and that's gonna be his name. If we can put butt as a name. I don't know if it's possible. You won't know the name, just the logo. But the logo has the name. Ring light. There's a ring light here. Ta-da! I have been, Sport Ball, yes. I have lots of shiny Pokemon already. Oh god. I was so ready for the website yesterday because we got the Delicious Party website 1 year ago. Yeah, things are a little confusing, like, for the Precure franchise as a whole. So let's just get this out of the way first. What was I gonna say? Okay, about the website. I've seen lots of people, not lots of people. Some fans say like, oh, the fandom should stop trying to guess when it's gonna happen because it just brings us anxiety, and we never know when. People should stop throwing dates out there. And every time we throw out dates, we are not throwing out the dates at random. We are basing ourselves on things that happened in past years. We are analyzing the dates that things happened in years prior and trying to see if it applies to this year. There is never a confirmation on when things are going to happen. Instead, we do have those things that we can kind of rely on, but it might not happen like the past years. We had that with Delicious Party. Delicious Party did not update the website on Christmas. It updated on January, which was a new thing for Precure. And we are not saying, when we say, oh, it's going to be on this date or on that date, we're not saying that it's really definitely 100% going to happen. We're not saying that, okay? We're just saying that it happened in past years on those specific dates, and it can happen again on other specific dates, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, okay? Hello, Curacao! I've seen one too many people say Cure Finale was Finale because she was the final cure. No. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Too invested in college football rivalry week. What about the World Cup? Thank you, Sport Ball. Just saying you think you know which character I want for December. Mariah Carey? I think it's Mariah. I love Christmas. But let me just say something. We're getting on to the lore portion of Delicious Party, like Benjamin said, and we still have 9 episodes to go. Out of those 9 episodes, 1 is a finale episode, which is going to be today, and next week is probably going to be a Yui episode, a Yone episode. We don't really know, but I feel like it's going to be Yui. So we've already had Kokone, and we've already had Iran. Now we're going to have Amane, and then we're going to have Yui. And I'm very thankful that Kokone's episode happened in a moment that we were not really talking about the lore. So I'm very glad, because Kokone was able to have her final episode only for herself. I think that when it came to Ran, she suffered a little bit because of it. Now the others, and in Amane's case and in Yui's case, I believe that we are gonna have stories that are tied to the main story. You know, Amane's story is tied to the main story because of Narcistoru. We know it, and she was Gentlu. So there's already this lore, and Yui's story are going to be focused on Yui a lot, focused on the story of what happened in 20 years ago. So I feel like for Yui and for Amane, that might work. It did not work for Ran last week. I don't know how you felt about last week's episode. I felt like it was a very good episode, but it was not a good episode as in Ran's last episode. It was a good episode for other reasons, but not for like, oh, this is a closure for Ran. It just felt like a regular Ran episode. And I like closures when they go big, you know, when they go all out. Can't wait to see the preview for next week. Yeah, and as we were talking, I think most people were not here. Next week is going to be a big episode, because they are going to go back in time. They're going to go back to Oishina Town 20 years ago. and they're gonna meet. They're gonna learn what happened at that time, and I feel like Yui is gonna meet her grandma again. That's gonna be very emotional. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. When we will get the logo, we don't know. We have no idea. It can be tomorrow, it can be next week, it can be in January. We have no idea. You know, this time they might be waiting to announce the season like in one go. The logo, the characters, everything. We don't know. We don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like in 2-3 days, but it might not be. It might not be. Mahotsukai Precure had a Christmas episode. Yes, not a Christmas movie, but it had a Christmas episode. It was alright, but I agree. It didn't feel like good closure for Dan. Yeah, it was a good it was a good episode for Dan, but it didn't really feel like the last episode. Theories how all villain names had to do with their personality. Gentlu was gentle, Narcistoru was narcissistic, so Secretary must have a secret. I think she knows what Ginger did, or she helped him. We do have an episode summary for next week, Benjamin. I'm going to read it again. It says, it's a very short summary because we only get the big summary one day before the episode or in the magazines. So we don't have the magazines yet. So we just have a small summary from Asahi's website. Episode 38. In order to find out what happened in the past, Yui and her friends visit Oishina Town 20 years ago with the power of Kamekame. There, they are greeted by... Who's gonna greet them 20 years ago in Oishina Town? Come on, Yone. We have been waiting for you. We have been waiting for this moment. I'm gonna say it now. Next week's Yui's grandma will be revealed to be Kamekame the First. Girl, it's gonna be huge. I want to see Narcistoru again. Yes, Narcistoru is gonna appear today. Secretary definitely has something to do with the disappearing dish that Ginger was making since that's her power. Ginger... Oh, Ginger was cooking something? Was he? I don't remember. So, 2023 Precure. Let's just say this again. We never have a set date for the release of the next season, of informations for the next season. We might have it soon. We might have it. We might not have it now. We might have it in January only. We don't know. Okay, we just simply don't know when we are gonna have 2023 Precure. It can be in 2 days from now, because I feel like it's very hard for it to be tomorrow. Oh yeah, it can be tomorrow because it's a Monday in Japan, so it can make sense. It can be on Monday. It can be any date. I feel like at any moment it can happen. But it might not happen. Last year, they tried something new with the way they revealed Delicious Party Precure. They might be trying something new with this season as well. So, lots of things can happen, and I feel like things can be anxiety-inducing for us Precure fans, especially because we need to wait for information that we like, but it's gonna arrive. It's gonna arrive at some point. Mibook, girl, I can't even read your message out loud. But what do I want for Christmas? All I want for Christmas. I love that song by Kelly Clarkson and Ariana Grande. I want... I can't say, I think. No, but there are so many things that I want. So I'm just gonna say one thing that I really want, which is a green cure next year. A green cure being announced in the main line. In not as a mid-season, but like as a starting cure. Nuggets. Here comes Wing Light. Okay, so as I said before, in this stream, me and Inu are gonna talk about theories from Delicious Party, and we're also gonna talk about everything that happened before in the story. And Magical Cinnamon After Dark. We need to think of a way of doing this in somewhere in another website. Oh god. And I want to get a Life for Christmas me book. Come on. Oh my god. By the way, Winglight, you became a member again. Thank you so much. Winglight, you helped me so much. You have absolutely no idea. Girl, Winglight helps me. He helps me pay my bills. Honestly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kadimar, I'm gonna check it out later. And also, Winglight has a special reveal for today, and I'm very excited to see it too. But now, it's time to call Inu. I want to get happiness for Christmas. Have you ever listened to Happiness? The J-pop group called Happiness. It's very good. They don't exist anymore, but it was very good while it lasted. Leo always wants a green cure. True. I promised, remember, I promised that I was gonna buy a green wig if we had a green cure this year. We didn't have a green cure. So I didn't buy a green wig. What should I promise for next year? Nothing. No promises, right? No promises. Let's just enjoy and wait for the next. But if there's a green cure, baby, I'm gonna freak out. Lil DM me the team when I'm home. I'm waiting for my sister. Okay, Winglight. We're very excited. We're very excited for that. Hello, Donnie. How are you? We are very excited for your new characters. Anyways, where is Inu? Where is Inu? We should have a diverse cure like Cure Soleil. Yes, please. About 2 days. Who's the green cure in the corner of your screen? There are lots of green cures in this screen today. So we have on top, we have Cure Salad. Cure Salad is, what is the name of this form? I forgot. The Power Up form from Delicious Party. Party Up Style. Party Up Style. This is the Party Up Style from Cure Salad. You can see the original form from Cure Salad down there. And by her side, it's Cure Jade. Cure Salad is by Winglight, and Cure Jade is by Cheese. Legends in the making. Inu, are you here? Why aren't you saying anything?
Because it's rude to interrupt.
It's not rude when it's you, though.
Well, even if I interrupted you, you wouldn't stop talking anyway, so.
Inu is so shady. Can you guys hear Inu? Say hello, Inu.
I did say hello.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't listen.
Well, you were too busy talking.
I'm sorry, I didn't. But now I do.
Because you were too busy talking. Hey, do me a favor and show this off. This is what Winglight did.
Yeah, people can hear you. People love how shady you are. This is... What happened to my light? Wait. Ooh, it's back.
What did you... Oh.
Huh? Props
Leo
for manners. Stop that. Inu is... Okay, so let me show you guys something.
Yeah, show that off.
I will.
I think we're going to do some more to it, but we'll see.
Is this? Yeah. Look at this. This is also Winglight's work. I mean, Winglight...
Well, the original, the line art was done by
someone
a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And Winglight colored it for me, and added the background and everything.
So, if you don't know who this is Cure Maple, Inu's original cure. She looks amazing. She has a sword, and there are lots of maple leaves falling around her, and she looks super orange. If you are a fan of orange cures, baby, she's all up in your alley. I love Cure Maple, and I love this art so much. It looks so good. Look at her
Yeah,
eyes.
I think that would be a good like stance or something for the finisher that I came up with.
Mmm. Damn. Yeah, it's very exciting. I love this Kurt too. Ooh, what is this? Ariel! Try
Delicious.
again. Delicious. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Delicious.
Ariel.
Ariel Perez donated $5 through Super Chat.
Ah, thank you so much. Ariel called the dog. Thank you, Ariel. Is Maple a dog? She's a fox, right?
Wolf.
A wolf. Yeah, a wolf. Okay. What's that eye condition that people have where it's two different colors? It's heterophobia. No, it's
Heterochromia.
heterochromia. I know. Heterochromia. I know. It's because people here in Brazil joke that it's heterophobia. But no, it's heterochromia. Ariel.
Yeah, it is a real thing. It's not it's just exaggerated in anime, but it is a real thing.
Yeah, it is. I had a teacher who had this
Yeah, I have
condition. A green
yeah.
eye and a blue eye. It was a
Yeah.
It was
My cousin, one of my cousins has the same green blue, like what you just said.
Karimar just did this beautiful Cure Grace artwork. Karimar, why is she crying? What happened? Oh, I know what happened. This happened when what's his name? Nyatoran trash talked. What's the name, Inu? Lavendarma.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's exactly
Well,
it.
I don't think Grace. Lodica was mad, but I think it was.
No, she wasn't. I'm just joking.
It was Rabbidian that got mad.
Yeah, Rabbitin got angry. And I got angry together with Rabbitin. I got very angry, and I'm still angry. I am still angry.
That push, it sold out like in a few minutes.
Yeah,
That's
it did.
ridiculous.
I wonder if the team was like expecting it to be sold out like that.
Probably not.
Yeah. Oh,
Not that
God.
fast anyway.
Yeah, it did. Lavendarma is a phenomenon. It should be in every Precure season from now on, but unfortunately it wasn't. Like the what's the name of the store? Pretty Holic. Like Pretty Holic.
Well, I think Black Pepper's Slush was kind of the same thing. Sold out pretty fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know some people that were wanting it and they couldn't get it because it was already sold out.
Yeah. Pyro became innocent form once again. Ooh. Thank you, Pyro. Hello, baby. Here's Seraphine sending you a kiss. Benjamin, maybe you can find it. I don't think it's findable anymore. Let's see. But I think that Lavendarma.
Well, I just remember the we have a feed that follows the Precure store, and like the announcement that it was there was like and then like 5 minutes later it said that it was sold out.
Do you have the Lavendarma? Do you have Lavendarma written down in Japanese characters? I don't know if it's hiragana or katakana. It's probably katakana, right?
Yes, probably.
Because I wanted to search for it, but if you search for Lavendarma in Google, you can find my tweet. This episode brought us the best design in Healing Good. I really need a Lavendarma in my life right now. I still do. Look at it. Look at this. I mean, this is peak character design. I'm sorry. This is peak character design, and if you say this is weird, I mean, this should be a Pokemon. It's just perfect. It's perfect. And I feel like people who bought it have very good taste. But I don't know. Slay. Shut up. Shut up, Chloe. Oh my god. Oh my. Hello, Jade. It looks like a fairy that RuPaul would have. I really like that guy who was giving away those Lavendarumas. He was a man, but also feminine. Yeah, he was very feminine. And I really like that Precure. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, in the past, Precure did, like, feminine men as kind of like a joke. Kind of like Moerumba, for example.
Moerumba,
yeah. They were kind of like...
That's the most flamboyant one.
Yeah, that was supposed to be very very funny. Like, it was supposed to be very flamboyant and funny because of that. And after that, we have some other characters who are very feminine, but they're not used as like supposed to be funny. And the guy that created the Lavendarumas is one of them. So I really like that. And obviously we have
Locke,
and then in Hugto we have Ungdi. So Shut,
excuse me.
Yeah, Shut. Locke is the little guy that turns into a little monster. I still have nightmares of that. Hello, Federico. Is there a PNG? Benjamin, probably. If we search for Lavendaruma, doesn't the Lavendaruma have a page on the wiki?
In the merchandise, yeah.
Are
you needing that or something?
No. Oh, I found Lavendaruma. Lavendaruma-chan. Lavendaruma. Let me just see if I can find merchandise for Lavendaruma on Baiyi. I can't show the screen because it would be dangerous. No. I think those were some of the things that that were like sold. Okay, I have the PNG of the Lavendaruma Lavendaruma plushie. Look. I mean, come on, this is the best thing ever. I just love it.
Blank stare. Yeah.
Lavendaruma is great. Lavendaruma is great. What's your idea, Carrie? I haven't seen it on chat, I think. But yeah, Inu, we're here today.
Well, let me make one comment about the next episode. Not the next week's episode.
Next episode.
When I first read it earlier today, it was it reminded me of Fresh. I think. What episode was it?
It reminded me a lot of Kira Kira.
Well, it reminded me of Fresh 28. I think it was where Love goes back in time and meets her grandfather. The tatami mat crafter or whatever. Yeah. So that just reading it on its face, that was what first came to mind.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see a legendary cure next week, because
I don't know.
Because what was going on with Ginger? Did someone stop Godots at the time because the book was stolen once? Was a cure part of it? You know.
Well, I mean, like I told you last night, I mean, this series seems to always paint the wrong person sort of
as a suspect.
for misdirection, yeah. Because I mean, we've already seen it where Cinnamon was falsely accused, and then we find out later that he's not.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah.
And we for a while we thought that he was the one that stole the book, and then
we never did.
Turns out it was stolen like twice. So
delicious.
Benji, thank you so much.
Delicious.
or at least per
B
Amane's
Benjamin
testimony
88
anyway.
donated $5
Oh
through
my
Super
God.
Chat.
We
Come
are gonna
on, y'all.
add.
Leo. Add the Lavenderuma plushie to the screen for the last few days of November.
Thank you so much, Benjamin, for another super chat, for calling the dog again. And yes, obviously, we are gonna add the Lavendarma plushie to the screen. Let me just take off the background, the white background. But yeah, as you were saying, I think that we still don't know what happened 20 years ago. We're probably gonna discover next week. I feel like next week is gonna close lots of answer. It's gonna answer lots of questions. It's gonna like close lots of doors in terms of theories. But I feel like there's still a lot to be answered, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have all the answers until like the last.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
second to last or last.
yeah, because I feel like next week we're gonna have the answers to what happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, because there's still characters that haven't met one another, like Cinnamon and Rosemary at this point. I mean, at least at present time.
Yeah, and there's also
Doesn't know about Takumi. Doesn't know. Yeah, we don't know. Nobody. I mean, no one knows that. I mean, at current, it doesn't seem like no one knows that Takumi is Black Pepper. So.
Yeah, but Takumi being Black Pepper right now feels very detached from the story. We haven't seen him for a while, and I feel like we're gonna come back with it. We're gonna have it not next week, but when we have the answer for what happened with
I think
Cinnamon,
he's gonna come back.
He's gonna return to the story.
Yeah, I think
like.
he's gonna come back, and I'm pretty sure at that time his dad is gonna come back at the same time.
Yeah, but I feel
that
like
that would wrap up things. Really
I feel
easily.
like we let's just recap what we know about cinema. Let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
So some years ago, we don't know exactly when. Some years ago, we had a moment in which the book, the recipe bond, was stolen. It's recipe bond, right? The name of the book. Inu?
Is that a question or a statement?
It's a question.
All right.
Is it recipe bond?
Yeah, it's recipe bond.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I'm not sure, but okay. So the recipe bond was stolen from Cookingdom.
Yeah.
And then the recipe bond being stolen was a thing that happened. They didn't really know who stole it, but Cinnamon was framed as the person who stole the recipe bond
Right.
in the past. So we don't know who did steal it, but we know.
Well, okay, just let's go off on a tangent on that real quick. Either he stole it, or either he was framed to steal it and he didn't steal it, or he stole it in order to prevent it from being stolen.
Oh yeah, maybe he stole it. Maybe he
'Cause
stole
remember-
it for
because
a
remember,
reason, and we don't know. We don't know the
it looked
reason
like-
why. Maybe
it
he
looked
stole
like
it
he
for
was
a good reason.
It looked like he was on the run, like, so he could have had it. We don't know.
Yeah, I think that he wasn't on the run because he was banished from Cookingdom. He was like expelled from being
But
a
then
cook
it doesn't
fighter.
make sense.
He was a
for-
cook fighter, and he was expelled
Right,
from being.
but
a
it
cook
doesn't
fighter.
make sense for him to be on the run if he's expelled. I mean, why would they go after him after that? That doesn't make sense.
But they didn't go after him.
No, he said he had to get away. Remember, he had to get away.
Yeah, he had to
run.
get away because he was not accepted there anymore.
No, in Oishina town. I'm talking about not in cooking. I'm talking about when he met Takumi's mother.
Yeah,
Remember?
but what I
Tried to
got
run
from
away.
that, yeah, but what I got from that is that he didn't want to stay with her because he felt like he was not worthy of her because he did something bad. Because he was feeling like shit, absolute shit. So it felt like he was not worthy of her. That's how I felt by watching that. And he ended up staying with her. You know, like he ended up staying with Takami's mom, and they created a family. They now have a family, and they're now able to. And I mean, he doesn't stay on Oishina Town because he travels because of his job. But there's also another thing that's interesting to think about. Cook fighters fight because of the power on their stone, of their delicious stone. But their delicious stone, it's not like, oh, I have a delicious stone and I'm able to fight. No, you have to be accepted by the delicious stone. And he was not accepted by the delicious stone anymore when he came to Earth. He was not able to transform as a cook fighter.
Well, in Precure history, we know that could just be that he just lost his mojo.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
that can
He
be
doesn't
it. That
believe
can
in
be
him.
it. Yes,
And he
I
doesn't
get
believe
it.
in himself. He doesn't believe in himself or whatever.
Yeah, sure. But if he doesn't believe in himself, like something happened for him to think like that of himself.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, anyways, let's go forward.
and maybe that thing that like maybe that happened because he was expelled and he feels like he was not worthy anymore, or maybe he did something else. Maybe he stole the book, as you said. Like he had a good reason to do it, but maybe he stole it. You know.
Yeah. I'm just projecting. There's two possible scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's go forward.
Yes. Hello, Precure Lover. Faith, this green cure, on the bottom you can see her, bottom right, you can see her, she's called Cure Salad, and on top it's Party Up Style from Cure Salad. She was created by Winged Light. Hello, Starry Miracle. How are you? Winged Light is sharing stuff with me. Oh my god, and I'm ready to show. Girl. You guys are not ready for this. You guys are not ready for this team. Girl, I'm gonna share it with Inu too, so he can see them.
I got the stream up.
I know, but there's always a little delay, right?
Well, but it's muted.
Oh yeah, it has to.
Mm,
Girl, Wing Light, you are killing me with this designs. Girl, you guys are not ready. Is Wing Light here on chat already, or is he? Didn't he arrive yet? Because I need to know everything. I need to know their names. I need to know the name of the team. I need to know everything about these girls. Every single thing. I can't even choose a favorite. I think you guys are going to have a hard time choosing a favorite too. Baby. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Precure 2023 is going to have a tough job beating this. Okay, let's go. Wing Light, can I show them? And he's back. Come on, Wing Light. Oh, cheese, stop that. You claimed 2 characters? Honey? Anyways, let's share this team. Girl. They are slaying. We've already seen, if you follow, they are here with us. Look at them. Girl. I can't choose a favorite. Ina, do you have a favorite?
Yellow.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the yellow one too. I don't know. Winglight, what are their names? Do they have names yet or no?
Pink one reminds me of Melody.
Melody, yeah. Yellow is a fan favorite, yes. Only one has leggings. No one has leggings. It's Boots. I mean, the yellow one is Boots. I mean, the yellow one has long boots. I think I'm gonna go with yellow. I'm gonna go with the purple one is looking so adorable. Okay, let's
Okay.
check out them out like individually. So this is the pink cure. I love her. I love her. I love pink girls that have this very warm shade of pink, you know, and I don't know. I like. It's not always that we have pink cures that have this warm, very warm tone of pink, and I love it. They feel so bright and full of energy. Pink is called Cure Tune. This is Cure Tune. Look at her. I love the pose. It's everything. I love when we have cures that like have this reaching hands. I love it. This is Cure Tune. This the yellow girl baby. Honey. Yellow is called Cure Harmony. Look at her. The
Yeah, I
yellow
wonder where you got that name.
Damn, she looks amazing. And I feel like yellow goes so well with purple. Yellow and purple are two colors that go very well together. Like they blend in perfectly and like there's this not blend in, they contrast very nicely. And I love this. The purple one, she's so adorable. Look at her. What's her name? Kira Symphony. Mmm.
Again, I wonder where that came
I
from.
wonder where that came from. Curious Symphony, I love it. And very purple. I love this tone of purple as well. I love it. And there's also yellow on her. And this is great. And I love those little sparkles of blue on her costume, in her eyes, girl. And the green lady. Okay, the green lady is everything too. She is called Kira Harp. Look at her, baby. Look at her, and I love the green, the pink undertones on her costumes too. On her costume, and I love this. This reminds me a lot of Cure Felice. The details, they remind me a lot of those things that Cure Felice has in her hair. They look so good. Wing Light, you are killing us with those designs. You are killing us with those designs once again. Thank you very much for sharing your beautiful arts with us. I love them. I don't know who's my favorite though. I'm still not claiming anyone. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have to decide right now. Right? So if you're wondering, this is Precure 2023. Yeah, this is the next season of Precure. I'm joking. Please. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I,
Be careful, please.
yeah, I have to say this because I did a tweet like 2 weeks ago or something, and I said that like, oh, they're taking a long time to finally announce Disco Fever Precure, and someone was taking it seriously, and they were even commenting on other people's posts like, oh, the next season is gonna be called Disco Fever Precure.
Well, there was one time somebody did that, and they came onto the Discord and just kept insisting and insisting, and we're like, no, 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 it's a joke, and then it just really erupted into a argument.
Let's spread the misinformation. You're right, Benjamin. Yeah, and it's very funny. Now, there's also a rumor floating around. Let's just talk about that. There's a rumor floating around about 2023 Precure that is saying that Toy has postponed the reveal of the next season to January, so they won't announce the name until January because of the hacking incident. And that is not true at all. Toy hasn't said anything about the next season. Like,
It's
absolutely nothing.
It's not even true what they said. It wasn't a hacking. That's not
Yeah,
what it
and
was.
and like, how would that affect the next season? Like, no, it was very early
And
on this
and
year.
as
Like,
and as Knuckles pointed out, it actually helped Ghost Game, for instance, because they were able to get ahead as far as production. So,
mhm,
it just kind of flies in the face of reality.
yeah. So, so yeah, just saying it out there, because if you meet this information just look at it and say, no, it's a lie.
I don't want to say trust but verify, but maybe you should just do the verify part first before you, you know.
Yeah. The new season is called Neon Force Precure. The lead is white and blue with ice powers. Freeze! Freeze is very Corrector Yui. Remember Freeze from Corrector Yui? That is her. She's the lead of the next Precure season. Wing Light, yes, we did. We were talking about that earlier on. Wing Light, you killed it. But now I think I'm going to claim Cure Harp. I don't know. Cure Harp or Cure Harmony? Which one? Which one? I don't know. I can't choose. I think I'm going to go with Harp. I think I'm going to go... She's green, and I'm waiting for green. And I love green, and she looks amazing. She has braids. She has a long braid, and I love braids too. Harmony's also great, though. But I'm going to go with Harp, and I love Harp, the word Harp.
I mean, I will say this. Whatever they do, it may be centered around a duo in some way. As that's what they've done previously. They always center it around the duo somehow.
What do you mean? The next season?
Well, yeah. Well, the milestone seasons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like Happiness Charge, yeah. So.
Yeah, there were duos in the milestones. I believe it's gonna be a duo based on toy listings and also based on the idea of being the 20th season, and so like being kind of like a celebration.
Full circle, yeah.
Yeah, I think it can happen.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be. They're going to have it's just going to be a duo period. But I'm saying they may do something. I mean, they could do something like here's a duo here, and then another team that's a duo, and they don't start out together.
Oh God, yeah. Carrie, please, come on. You can share. Not all the milestones were duos. Yeah, but we had a duo in Hugto. I think that's what Nina was trying to say.
Yeah, the mid-season was the duo.
Yeah. And we also had Black and White appearing on Hugto and having like a big moment on Hugto. They had an important participation. And there was the dynamic of the mid-season. And we don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen on the next season. We are just theorizing, but I feel like for now there is a lot to talk about about Delicious Party, because Delicious Party is getting into a big moment in the season, which is the answers. You know, like we've been waiting for this for a while. I feel like the story of Delicious Party can be very interesting. When it gets to the actual story, it gets very interesting. So this might be the return, right, for the story. We're seeing a lot of plot going on right now.
Yeah, we've had our question arcs, and now we're about to hit our answers arcs.
But I still feel like we're gonna be hit with more questions. I think because we still have 9 episodes left. There's a lot,
but there's not really much else to question at this point.
There is, like
what?
Ginger. I feel like we know nothing about Ginger, and I don't feel like they're gonna give
us. But that already is a question.
There already is a question, but we don't know when. We don't know anything about Ginger, so I think they're not gonna give us all the information in one go. They're gonna give us a little bit of the information.
That is the question. That is the question.
Yeah, but like for example. Ginger came to Earth. Yeah, Ginger came to Earth 20 years ago, and he was doing something. He was he brought together with him the Kame the First, Pum Pum, and Man Man, and he was doing something. We don't know what this something is, but I feel like we're gonna learn a little bit of this something, and then the little bit we learn is gonna raise more questions. You know.
But remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that Ginger was doing something nefarious.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
I think people should question that part, because again,
it feels weird. It feels weird because Ginger erased. He didn't erase. He blocked Pum Pum's and Men Men's memories. So it feels weird. But as you said, it doesn't mean that it was necessarily something bad. We don't
Yeah.
exactly know what he was doing.
Right.
And we also have Godots.
I mean, cinnamon and ginger could be working together to prevent whatever is going to happen. We just don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I am Godots. Yes, Chloe. Thank you. I am Godots. So Ginger is trying to stop me. He won't be able to do that because I want all the food in the world. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. But we have Godots. Godots is the villain of the season, but we never saw Godots. We only see a black mask and there's kind of like this energy behind it. And that's it. We don't see and Godats's voice is a voice that is kind of like robotic, and they don't say who the voice actor of Godats is, so we don't know who that is because they are not going to give away his identity. So Godats's identity right now is a mystery. There are lots of theories. Godats is Ginger. Godats. I read a theory on Twitter this week, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. Godats is Yone. I saw that theory, and I was like, girl, come on.
Yeah, that would be very traumatizing.
That would be very traumatizing. And I feel like...
but also, if you think about it, I mean, at least here where I am, Ginger is a feminine name. So, I mean, there's nothing to preclude that Secret might not be Ginger. But again, I think Rosemary would recognize her. Maybe that form that she takes when she's there is different than what she. And like I said this yesterday, it was kind of interesting how they were obscuring Amane's mother's face in the preview. We see her dad, but we don't see her.
Yeah, but maybe there might be like lots of reasons for that. But let's just show something here. Amane's we don't know if those are Amane's parents, but they probably are. We see them, and
No, it's a safe bet.
this is probably Amane's mom in the side, and she has this hair bun.
Yeah,
she has a hair
that's
bun.
what I was
And
pointing out
another character
yesterday.
that also has a hair bun in Delicious Party is Secretoru. And
Yeah.
Secretoru was very suspicious last episode. There is a lot going on right now about memory loss, right? And not being able to remember things. And that, in a way, all of the members of the Bundoru gang had some sort of power that takes away something from you. Like when Gentlu attacked, she took away the flavors. When Narcistoru attacked, he took away the memories, the more of like the feelings that you had towards that food, and Secretoru simply wipes away all of the existence that from that specific plate that she steals from. So it's something that can tie to what happened to Men Men and Pum Pum in the past, because they had it's a different way, because they both are not able to clearly remember what happened, so we don't really know the extent of Secretoru's powers. Like if she steals at a CPP, everything concerning that food disappears, including the memories, right?
Well, yeah. Also, one thing about it, just that I thought about when Winglight said what he said. That synopsis said specifically 20 years. The only other time we heard 20 years ago was in relation to when Yone found
Ginger.
I guess it was Ginger. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're going to learn next episode. What happened when Yone found Ginger. And another thing that we know, the other thing we know, let's get there what we know about Ginger right now. We know that Ginger was Mari's master. We know that Ginger had some sort of cat cat hat or hoodie when he arrived on Earth. When he arrived on Earth, he was famished, just like Mari was when he arrived here. And
I guess they always forget to eat or something.
yeah, and so like and Ginger is also was also the leader of the cook fighters. Ginger was able to create delicious stones to give to the cook fighters because the cook fighters use special delicious stones. Like all cook fighters use regular delicious stones, but some other cook fighters they have special delicious stones that are able to give the cook fighters a bit more power. Mari had one, Takumi has one right now, and I think the only other one that has a special delicious stone is what's her name? Surful.
Yeah, and another thing I'll point out with that character specifically, everyone thought that it was a boy. Like it wasn't just the Western fan.
Surful, yeah.
Yeah, and so then the character designer had to actually come out and say, yeah, no, that's a girl. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fennel. Fennel also has a special delicious stone. Yeah, Fennel does. I know you talked about it earlier, but when the girls go back in time, I think they will surely see Yui's grandmother, but maybe also Cinnamon and see what he did when he traveled to Oishina Town. Yeah, maybe.
I think we're gonna see everything. Is what we're gonna see. I
Yeah.
don't think there's gonna be any room for doubt on that.
I'm a little skeptical of
And it may not even end in that episode. It may
yeah, I'm
be
a little
two parts.
skeptical of that because I don't know, like that's supposed to be Yui's episode. So I think
Well,
like
it's not to say that it wouldn't be, but it doesn't mean that we don't witness events as part of
yeah,
it.
yeah, but what I'm saying is if we're gonna spend a lot of time with the story, we might not have enough time for Yui and her grandmother. You know, because I feel like that is gonna be the center of the episode. And I mean,
Well,
the story
thing
is
is-
interesting enough, but
The thing is, Leo, she's not gonna know that that's our granddaughter. Too much time. That's too much time.
yeah,
in the
she's not
past.
because at that time
Yeah.
she was not alive. But that is important for
Yeah.
Yui. Yui will know that's Yone, you know. Carrie, what idea, girl? Oh, the colorful precure. I mean, there's no way for me to put that on screen, but I think you should work on that idea. Maybe draw it. Maybe write a story. I think you can do that. Chloe. This is the best Chloe I've ever seen.
But we also need to pay attention to that. Cinnamon has been going to different places, giving these beckoning cat statues to
Yeah.
people.
And they're different from the ones in Oishina Town. And also, the ones in Oishina Town are only there because of Yone's influence.
Yeah.
Because Yone is the one who influenced because she had the cat, the lucky cat, and then people started using the lucky cats in Oishina Town, you know, because of Yone's influence. So Yone is a very important person in Oishina Town, and I mean, we kind of learned why already. She helped people in lots of different ways, and I feel like now we're gonna learn what happened to Ginger. And I've also seen some people theorizing that Ginger could be Yui's grandfather. I think that's a very unlikely possibility, but I don't think it's totally impossible. It's not totally impossible. You know, I feel like
Hey, I wouldn't want that because that's kind of hack writing. Because we should know about her grandfather before they just drop it onto us like that.
but
That feels like they just went into a corner and was like, oh, here's a convenient way out.
no, but that's not a convenient. I think that it's definitely not convenient. It's actually even more complicated because if he is her grandfather, we would have to have a story to justify what he's doing. You know,
But that's the thing. We don't have time for that.
we do. We have 9 episodes.
We do not.
We have
I
9
know, but
episodes.
Yeah, but there's usually always 2 or 3 for the finale, and then we've got this
Yeah,
lead
but,
up that we've
the
got right
finale-
now. That only leaves about 2 or 3.
Yeah, but the finale, not the finale, but like the final fight can also bring lots of plot, you know.
I don't know. To me, it just seems like hack writing. I mean, they should have at least mentioned him at this point.
3 questions. Did we get the brooch glowing thing again, and why did it glow? Federico, the brooch glue because the girls were resonating with each other and they were feeling very strong and connected, and it glue. How did Narcistoru escape? We're gonna learn that today. I mean, probably. We might not have an explanation for that today, but we're definitely gonna have it. But we're gonna have an explanation for that. Maybe today, maybe next week. But we are.
Just also for that, in the preview, it does, to me, it looks like that's a younger version of himself when he's holding the little capsule thing.
Oh, definitely. That we're probably
Yeah, and
like today.
it looked like it also looks like he's wearing a lab coat.
Yeah, today is gonna be a huge episode for Delicious because it's probably gonna give us more insight on Narcisoru's backstory, and also
Yeah, because there's a shadow that overcasts
that
him,
arrives when he's when he's playing, and there's also Amane's parents' story. There's a lot going on today, I feel like.
Well, yeah, and remember what I said like way back then is that I was always kind of annoyed that they didn't introduce her parents.
Yeah.
And I said, well, either it's not important or it's way too important. Turns out it was the latter.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not that important. Maybe they just met Ginger in the past, you know, and they have some sort of information.
But kind of what I thought about after that is like, oh, well, it kind of makes sense why her brothers and her and Amane herself are so good at fighting. You know, maybe her parents were cook fighters.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very curious for this portion of Amane's story. I don't know, like, I feel like we're also missing something here, which is Amane herself. Because we already had an episode of Amane dealing with her guilt of being Gentlu, and it's gonna come back to haunt her again. How is she gonna deal with that? Because remember that we are on to the moments of the season that we're closing the character arcs.
Yeah,
And
personally, I would have rather it had been dealt with earlier in the series, but
I agree.
I think it's not terrible.
But you know, I feel like the problem was with Uran only. Like it was a bad way of dealing with Uran as like her character moment. But I don't think it's gonna be a problem with Amane nor with Yui, because their stories are connected. At least it seems. Let's see if that's gonna be like that with Amane. But with Yui, it seems that it's probably gonna be more or less the same. You know.
Well, to me, Yui's was always going to be the last thing that they touched on, because her
yeah.
character does not really need anything at this point. So
Hello, Levy. Good evening. How are you? But yeah, Yui, I feel like Yui's character, there's still a lot of potential to work with her together with her grandma. We've already seen that in past episodes, and every time they go there, it's very touching to me, at least.
yeah,
it's
I
very
think
emotional.
I think she's not really shown any emotion hardly at all, but I do think that this is going to break her down.
Maybe. Yeah, meeting her yeah, because I feel like we're still going to see how she's going to deal with the fact that she's going to meet her grandmother. And her grandmother is not going to recognize her. So it's going to be a different situation for her. How is she going to deal with that?
I mean, let's assume that Mari goes back with them as well. And so he's going to have that knowledge of saying, well, okay, yeah, you can't interact with her because, you know, time travel.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have the benefit of reading the character interview for Rosemary, but which talks about how like a lot that he's a very, very wise person and a very cautious person as far as
a good mentor for the girls, right? So like someone who will always think before doing things, and Mari always tries to protect the girls. You know.
Exactly.
Oh my God, Levi! I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
But I think that honestly, this is going to be very emotional for Yui. I mean,
Yeah, I
you know,
agree.
she already had to get over it once, and then now she's going to see her again. I mean, the same thing happened to Love when she saw her grandfather again.
Yeah,
So
but
I
this
think it's
time
going to be.
with Yui, uh, Yui is
I don't think she's simply going to play it off, you know, all ginky and
yeah,
stuff.
but because the difference is that Yui has more of a connection to Yone. Like the story has built that connection more than in Love's story. So
Yeah,
let's just
and going just one more thing. So tying it in, like now it makes me wonder, like how much more the narrator's testimonies are is important in relation to 38 now. Like, you know, they went back in time. So is it possible that Yone is telling the story
the
from
story,
the
yeah,
past?
because
Yeah.
yeah, another
We
thing.
always thought it was the future.
Yeah, because now let's just remember when the delicious party started. Like the first thing that happened in the delicious party was the narrator. Not, I think it was the second thing actually, because I feel like the first thing was the book being stolen and some of the CPPs being engraved into the book. But then we have the
Yeah.
narrator introducing the story. And then after she introduces the story, she says, "Oh, you're wondering who I am? Well, I'm not going to tell you now." And then she starts telling the story. She starts talking about Yui. So we don't know who the narrator is. The narrator, the voice actor who does the narrating is the same voice actor as Yone, Yui's grandmother. Uh,
Mhm.
we know that Yone is dead right now, but we also know that the narrator, like we've seen that in other in anime, in literature, in movies, etc. We see that in art all the time. Sometimes the
Well,
narrator, the one that is narrating the story, might not even be alive. So you know,
okay. I don't want to say that she's dead. Remember, we always thought that she was Kome the First, and we don't know what the connection is between Kome the First and Kome the Second. As in, are they the same person?
hmm.
Like, you know, did she whatever happened in the past to cause
Oh,
her
you think there's a
caused the
possibility? Yeah, you think there is a possibility of Kame, the Kame that we see now. You think there's a possibility of her being Yui's grandma?
I think Kome the First and Kome the Second and Yone could all be like the same
The same
entity.
creature, the same entity, or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, it's always been like so curious why you could write Yone and Kome, you know, with the same character.
Yeah.
Like that's just I
Mm-hmm.
that would be a fluke if they did that by accident, but it does not seem like to me that it is. That
Mm-hmm.
seems more like by design.
Yeah. Yeah. And when like we know that the fairies, the energy fairies, they are created by the Hoka Hoka hearts, right? And
Yes.
so we don't really know how how the first Kame ended up being, you know, like how she was created in the first place. She might have been created by the Hoka Hoka hearts from Kome, from Yone, or she might have been Yone. You know, that's how Yone was born, or something like that. And maybe Ginger came to Earth after her. We don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, always the little cat was always that they showed in episode 2 was always just kind of like, well, that was random.
Yeah.
And you know, the way that the fairies are born, um, and its
Maybe
relation to
that's not even
and it's
relevant. We
wait,
don't
wait,
know.
wait, wait. No, wait. I got it. Just let me get the
Hmm.
string of words out. Uh, the way the fairies are born in relation to the recipe bond and the Hoka Hoka hearts is um I've always wondered like if that's what Godatz's true goal is. Like, he seems like some disembodied entity. Is that what he's trying to do? Is sort of create himself a body almost via the same process? Yeah.
Oh, that would be a good. That would be a good motive. That
But
would be a
I mean,
good
because
motive for
he
him.
had to steal the book for something. What is he using? What is he doing it
Yeah,
for?
he's definitely using the book for something. Yeah.
So
I love this comment. Maybe the narrator is actually Love and Dharma. I love it. Oh God. Yeah, I turned down the music because, like, I don't know how to explain this, but Inu's voice will come out to you in the same place as the music. So Inu's voice would be fighting the music. So I had to turn it off.
yeah, I don't want to have to yell.
You should yell.
No, I have neighbors.
Come on, scream. Scream to us.
No, I have neighbors, and I don't feel like having the cops knock on my door.
You don't have to scream that loud.
Well, it sounds like I would have to.
Yeah, and so okay, Pum Pum and Men Men, they are a funny case because they were around when Ginger came to Earth for the first time, and now it's clear that it was 20 years ago. So they were born way back in the day, baby. They're older than me, okay? They are older than me because I'm 16, so they're older than me. But there seems to be something here. It feels like after what happened 20 years ago, they seemed to go back to Ku Kingdom and they seemed to enter a slumber. And they only woke up in Delicious Party.
I mean, we may find out in the next week's episode that they may not even look the same as they do now.
I don't think that it would be different.
Well, what I'm saying is they may look 3-year-olds now, but what I'm saying is maybe whatever back then they could have evolved bigger, whatever. But then
or even smaller because they were younger. I don't know. Maybe they were younger when yeah, it's kind of hard to know, but I feel like the show kind of wanted to show that they were around then, but they didn't do anything. Like they were not doing anything after what happened 20 years ago, and between this period of the present and the past, like they were not around Ku Kingdom. They were not, searching for cures. They were doing nothing. They were sleeping. We could see that when we saw Amane's parfait, because we had a pillar for each of the fairies, and when Delicious Party started, Pum Pum and Men Men were sleeping, and maybe they slept those 20 years. We don't know. And what else do we have? So we have right now, we have Secretoru, and there's also something that's going on, which is Secretoru is working on something together with Spiritoru.
Yeah, they're going to great lengths to not show what he's up to right now.
We don't know what they're doing, but no,
we don't even know if Secretoru still has the same power that he did.
Spiritoru,
he may have a different power now.
Yeah,
I mean, Spiritoru.
Yeah, because when he did, his power was very dorky. We don't need that anymore, okay? Please. But we do have lots of little robots right now, and we don't really know what plan they are going after. But right now, it feels like the show is setting up Secretoru to be one of the main villains,
Yep. And let's talk about that scene, that very last scene in the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
The cinematography of it, how that they in one panoramic shot they show
Let me see if I have the picture
Ran,
here.
Ran, Yui, and Kokone and Men, Pam Pam, and Rosemary. They did not show Amane. Then in the second shot they pan out, and it shows the three of them close together while Amane is, which just shows them close together casting shadows on Amane, who is like isolated away
Yeah.
from all of
So
them.
I think that there is a.
And in one shot it just shows Amane by herself.
Yeah, I think that we are onto Amane's story right now. Like today is going to be Amane's day. And right now, basically, like her story is dealing with her past. It's still the same thing that we've seen her doing for a while, and that's probably what we're gonna see today again after she sees Narcistoru and after she has to deal with her past self and her past actions and also the fact that Narcisoru was in jail and now he's not anymore. What's going on? What's happening? Is he back? Is he back as a villain? Because we can see that he doesn't have his mask on in the episode preview. So I feel like remembering like today there are lots of things that are gonna happen, but it's supposed to be at least an Amane episode. And since you were mentioning this scene of Amane being like separated from the other girls and the shadows coming at her, I wonder if that has to do with the fact that there are still doubts in her mind and in her heart, in like shadows, and the shadows are coming at her in the scene, and the other girls don't anymore. Like Kokone and Ran that also had doubts of things in their lives, they've grown past that throughout the series, and Amane is the only one that's left with that in her heart, and that we're still gonna have to deal with this. Or if that has to do with the fact that we're gonna learn more about Amane's family today, and that might tie her to Cookingdom somehow.
Yeah, we've always wondered if that was the case, but then it kind of seemed like it wasn't. Now it seems like they're like, they just yo-yoed us right back into place.
Yeah, because so far it's there is one thing that that is kind of like very clear. Um, our explanation for Gentlu existing. So at the start of the show, both Secretoru and Narcisoru had to steal recipes, but they don't have the ability of seeing the recipes. In Delicious Party, people that can see the CPPs are usually children or people that have grown a little older and they still contain dreams in their hearts and believe in the power of food and friendship. And that's basically it. And Narcistoru was working on his radar, on his recipe radar. It was not ready at the start of the show. So he had to capture someone and use that person who has the ability of seeing the recipes to capture the recipes for him. So he saw Amane and he thought, well, it's going to be a good choice. I'm going to use Amane as a pawn and I'm going to give her powers and she is going to capture the recipes for Godots. And that's what he did. He brainwashed Amane and Amane became Gentlu. This is the explanation that we have so far for Gentlu's existence. We don't know how he saw Amane in the first place. We don't know how he discovered that Amane was able to see the recipes because he cannot see the recipes, so we don't know that. And we don't know how he captured her. Like, was he following her for a while and he saw that she knows the area, she can see. We don't know. We just know that, he captured her and brainwashed her because of her ability to see the recipes and also because she knew the area very well since she's a resident of Oishina town. So this is all we have. Is there something more in Amane's case or no?
Well, there was the time when right in the mid-season when Narcistoru was standing right outside of Kasai Fruits parlor, I think he said something along the lines of, "Oh, this place." Like he had a familiarity with it.
Yeah, there was like a little bit of store history with that already.
Yeah. So I don't know. I never knew what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's a lot of those little scenes. I mean, there's also like a bunch of the stuff where Secret went to Cook Kingdom. Like that has always plagued me. Like, what was the reason for that?
Yeah, and she went to Cookingdom and she knew her way
Her way
around the
around,
area
yeah.
very well. Like she
Not to mention she was able to get in,
yeah,
almost like it was a back door.
yeah. Chise is dying because of Narcistoru on screen. Come on, Chise. And there's also this moment of Narcistoru that we're going to see today. And we don't know what he's doing, but like we can see some similarities. Like the tie is still the same, and the white shirt that he wears underneath also seems to be more or less the same style. It's probably the same too. The hair tutu is also the same, but now he doesn't have this white coat anymore. He has a black coat on him. But it's another thing that we see in the preview is Secreturu, and Secreturu seems to be like attacking this sky in Secreturu. Behind Secreturu is the sky from the Delicious Field. So Secreturu is going to be the one attacking this episode. It's probably not going to be Narcistoru. So I feel like Narcistoru isn't really going to come back as someone who will attack, you know. Do you think Narcistoru broke out of his own, or Secreturu decided he's still useful and got him out of jail? Look, I think that there is a possibility of Secreturu freeing Narcistoru with Spirituru's help. Not really thinking that Narcistoru is like worthy, but to use him as a diversion. You know, like they're gonna be focused on Narcistoru, and so I can keep on doing my plans.
There's also the mystery that we don't know who the crafter of those stones are.
Yeah, it's Ginger, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the assumption. It doesn't come out and say that. But...
Yeah. What if she saw Amane is still sensitive to the topic, so she uses him as a distraction for Amane? Yeah, I think that there's a lot of this possibility, but Narcistoru is also very smart. I mean, he can be smart when his narcissistic ways don't come in front of him, you know. So that can happen, right? I mean, he can be smart sometimes. So maybe he's gonna create a plan or do something that will take him out of jail. We learned that Narcistoru had past problems with food. He cannot eat lots of things. He's very selective in what he eats. We don't know the reason for that, and that's very important because I've seen lots of people say like, "Oh, Narcistoru is just a picky eater." That might be the case, but that might not be the case. You know, maybe there are traumas. Maybe he has allergies, like, or maybe he's just a picky eater. We don't know. I feel like today might give us answers.
The picky eater trope would go well with just Delicious Party in general. So I don't think there's anything like grand to it.
Yeah, maybe. He ain't smart enough to win against the Cures. Yes, like he is a smart person. Narciss, I think he is a smart person, but he can never really get out of his narcissistic ways. You know, the narcissistic ways are always going to be in front of his intelligence. So he won't be.
He
will
loves
never
his
be
reflection.
able to. Yeah, that's because it's. I think Tracy was saying this earlier. The names are their personalities. You know, like Gentlu was very gentle in all her attacks. She was always very gentle. She was always very worried about not attacking people, not attacking the town. She was very worried about that. Narciso is always thinking about himself, so he's very narcissistic. And in Secretoru's case, we never really knew if Secretoru was a secretary or if she was a secret. I feel like right now she is a secret because
Secret seems to be the latter.
yeah, secret seems to be the case because remember at the end of the last episode, we had a shot of her looking over the town. She was up on a lamp.
Yeah, she was doing the whole Batman thing.
super menacing, and then like she was super serious. She was super serious, and then she finished the episode with a grin on her face.
Yeah.
So like, lots of things can happen with Secretoru, and I feel like they're building her up not to be just a simple general. You know, like I don't think she will be a regular general like in other Precure seasons. There is going to be something bigger for her, and I might even right now I'm thinking that she's going to be the last boss in a way because like maybe she is creating the last boss with Spiritoru. And maybe it won't be Godats. Maybe Godats won't even fight. Maybe Godats doesn't even exist as we think. We don't know. But I feel like she is crafting up to be someone
Well, there's
huge.
just a lot of theater around Godot's. I mean, like I've always said, the Wizard of Oz, you know, the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Who is the person behind the curtain, you know?
But I like your theory of Godats not really having a body and he's working to find his body, to get a body for him. I like that.
I mean, that would make better sense. It just doesn't make sense for her to keep up the rouge that if she is Godot's, then why is she talking to the hologram?
Yeah, because yeah, I looked up and because I was curious because after Narcistoru left, I was wondering what she was going to do, and there was only one time that she talked to Godats.
When Spiritu was there, but I don't think he was
No,
activated.
when she was by herself, it was only once. The other
Oh.
times, Spiritoru was always there with her. So, yeah, I love knacking my knuckles doing that. I love it. It's good. And Benjamin said, I agree with Inu. I don't think they're gonna make his reasoning any deeper than just him being picky. We would love if they did, but I don't see it. And Enzon was kind of irked about that actually. Yeah, it's it's something that we still have to see because I feel like today is gonna be the last time they're gonna go for Narcistoru as a story. You know, like tell his story, maybe a little bit of more background on him. I feel like it's the last time they're gonna go there. But when one episode after he was locked up, we had that conversation of Mari telling the girls that Narcistoru was not able to eat any type of food, and Cookingdom was having a hard time with it because you know they had to feed Narcistoru, and he had to he had to deal. They had to deal with Narcistoru.
You know,
And-
one thing I've. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and just to finish that, like, it was the first time in Delicious Party that we had this shift on philosophy because the philosophy of Delicious Party is, food is smiles. So food in Delicious is always a source of happiness. And now we see a character that breaks away all that philosophy because for him, food is sadness. Food was for him what took him away from society, what ostracized him from society. And I remember when Yui even mentioned it at that episode, like, oh, so for me, food is smiles, but for him, it's not really like that. So it was the first time that Yui was confronting another philosophy that is totally different than hers. So I like that they brought it up.
What I was gonna say is there's another possibility that they could be telling Narcistoru's backstory, but what has always confused me is that, like, the persona Genturu just sort of disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
But But during the time when we had Gentadu, Amane's personality was the one that was always bleeding through. Could it be that Gentadu is starting to bleed through again?
I think it's kind of hard to say because honestly, Amane as a character, she kind of disappeared in the last couple of episodes. She didn't do anything relevant at all. So I don't know. Like she barely had lines in the last few episodes. So it's kind of hard to
Oh,
say where.
that's not unusual.
Yeah, that's not unusual. But I'm saying like what I'm trying to say is like we. It's kind of hard to say uh, what is gonna be her role here. But there's another thing though. Gentleman never really existed, you know. So I don't know if
Well, they kept going to the trouble of showing us, Amane and Gentadu. We always see the split personality. Not really a split personality, but a depiction of a split personality.
but
So,
but
but
that was only when Gentleman existed, you know.
no, it happened. It happened again when she was finale. Remember, she was about to deck, Narcistoru, but
When she was
the other
punching
person.
Narcistoru?
No, she was about to, and another version of herself
Oh
stopped her from
yeah, but
doing
that
it.
was finale.
But we don't. Again, though,
That,
we don't know. Like, what I'm saying is it doesn't seem like the persona of Gentadu is fully gone.
no, but like I what I understood
I'm
from
not
that
saying that. I'm
scene.
not saying. I'm not saying that Gentadu is evil. What I'm saying is, like, Gentadu could basically be the feelings that she's just not dealing with.
Yeah. You, I think you can call it that because like what I understood from that scene is that there are two feelings inside Amine right now. One that is trying to move forward, and one that is trying to go for revenge.
Yes,
So
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, so
That
like
one.
in that episode, she left the revenge behind, but there's also the fact that Narcisoru was not there anymore, you know, and now he's coming back. So how is she gonna deal with him being there again in front of her? You know, how is she gonna deal with that today? I'm I'm curious for today because I think that it can be a very interesting way of dealing with Amane's feelings in today's episode. We just have to see how they're going to deal with that. Or, like, I wonder if today is going to prove that she took that away from her. You know, like, she doesn't feel that revengeful feeling anymore. She doesn't have that anymore in her. She's only worried because Narcisoru can do bad things and she wants to protect other people. Because that would show that she grew past that. Or does she still have that in her? We're going to discover today in an hour.
Well, you won't.
I won't, but you will.
I'll
Because
just spam you on Twitter. That's what I'll do.
yeah, because you always give me teases. You're like, "Oh my god. Oh
Well,
no,
except
this is
except
happening." And
a
I'm
couple
like,
of weeks ago, I didn't do that. I didn't do that, and I let you find out yourself.
"Yeah, you did." But last week you did. Last week you did it. You were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" And I'm like, "Oh
Yeah, at the
my
end, because
god,
it was
what is
like,
going
yeah,
on?"
yeah, the ending was just what the hell.
Yeah, and look, I really love Secreto's role right now. Secreto's role right now for me is what's really bringing my attention up because I am just loving the way they're setting her up to be like super menacing and like what's going on here, what is it that I'm gonna do from now on. I'm just curious, you know. I don't know, I feel like there are lots of possibilities, right? uh, there is the possibility that Ginger is actually evil and was always evil, and he was always trying to find a way to defeat Cookingdom, and that's what he was trying to do 20 years ago. Or there's also a possibility of Ginger trying to do something good and trying to protect and trying to create something so that he could protect something. We don't know what that something is because we have no idea what Godats is doing. Do we have an explanation for the recipe bond? Like, if they fill up the recipe bond, does something happen?
We don't know. I mean, we presumably we would probably get that answer the next few episodes.
But that was never explained, right?
No, and I can only assume it was for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, usually, like, we always know, but
Yeah. What do we need Godats for when this chick can literally erase food and everything attached to it from existence? Like, if she can do that, what is something worse that Godats will do? Right? This power is really absurd when you think about it, right? It's really, really absurd. But there's also another thing that we need to put into perspective when we think about Secreturu, which is Secreturu is supposedly working for Godot. She is working towards Godot's goal, supposedly, which is all food is for Godots. That is what we believe is Godot's motive or reasoning for doing what he's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigurdur is supposedly working for that. I say supposedly because she has shown a couple of times that she is going towards the food that she likes. Not really something that would benefit Godots, but something that would benefit her. Because, I want to eat, like, for example, this episode, like, I want to eat tofu. So I'm going to go after tofu, the tofu recipe, because that's what I want to eat. I want to eat crabs. I'm going to go after crabs. She always goes after the things that she wants, not exactly what Godots wants. So that makes her a little suspicious already just because of that. And there's also another thing from last episode, which is she's also a social media maniac. Secretru is a social media maniac. And in last week's episode, there was I think it was almond tofu stall. And this almond tofu stall isn't something that was done by a chef. It was done by a simple person. And Secretary decided to attack this stall because the food was not done by a specialist. It was done by someone regular. It was done by a regular person who likes to do it. And she felt that it was disrespectful to the food. And she feels like food should be done only by specialists. So she did it to teach this person a lesson. And I find that also a way of building her character. Like, not for her, not everyone can cook. Not everyone can enjoy food and enjoy cooking. Like, this is a prejudice in a way. And so, like, they did it to create more layers to her character. I wonder if that's part of her story as well. I don't know.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about that, but to the extent of it, I don't know. But usually when they mention stuff like that, it's usually important.
Chloe became Ginger's pouch. I'm sorry, Chloe, there is no money there. Mari spent it all.
Well, the interesting thing is about the pouch and the Amane's dad's shirt design, they look the same.
Yeah, they look very, very, very similar. So this is the pouch. And where is the... Oh, I don't think I have the picture.
Her Chad dad.
Dude, can you send it to me on Discord?
Yeah, hold on. Where is it?
Remy would be disappointed with Secretary. Godot has an ability of absorbing attacks. Yeah, all of the last bosses, they're very strong. So we do have the coin, which is kind of like this burgundy color with a lighter details, which is almost the same color as Amane's dad shirt. So, what is it gonna happen here?
Yeah,
Godot's is
let me
Gordon Ramsay. Oh my god. Gordon
keep
Ramsay is
talking.
a very hot
I'm
man.
gonna look at something. Go ahead and keep
Okay.
talking. There's a way we can tell.
I'm excited to see how the story ends. Serenity, me too. I mean, I'm very curious about how the story is gonna shape itself to be, because there are many, many things that the story can do, and I'm just curious, very, very curious to learn the story. Another day, another is late. Chloe, you you're everything. Chloe became the chat. Now we are Chloe, and to that extent, since I am Godots and I am Chloe, Chloe is Godots. See, Chloe is Godot. Chloe was trying to pin it on me. No, girl. Sorry. You are Godots. I'm not mentally prepared for this episode. Amane episodes are always good. I agree. I really like Amane's episodes, and like my only like I'm a little bit afraid because I feel like there's gonna be so much plot, and I wonder if there's gonna be enough time for the story to shape up around Amane. Because this is Amane's time to shine. Okay. This happened last week with Nan, and I didn't like it, so I really hope it doesn't happen this week with Amane. She's a Are
Well,
You Go
I think we have enough episodes to wrap it all up, but they're gonna have to be very strict about it.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I feel like there's a lot of episodes for the story to finish. I mean, we have 9 episodes, and do you think we're gonna have a recap episode this season?
No,
Oh, I do.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can afford it.
I think they can. I think we are gonna have a recap episode. Oh my god, Chloe, you became me. I'm sorry, girl. I'm so sorry for your avatar. Sorry, baby. Yu's episode will be amazing. It will. It will be everything. Girl, it will be everything. Inu is Godots. Inu, you're Godots.
Really?
You are. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. But yeah, I feel like there is the possibility of us having a recap episode. You know why? Last year, we had a recap episode that kind of brought the plot, because in that episode they were creating the play that they were going to do last episode. So like, it was a recap, but it was also important. So they can do that this year too. We never know. You never know.
Well, it's hard to tell because they have that sepia filter on it, but the two colors of his shirt and the coin purse are very similar in color values.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to tell because they have that sunset sepia filter on it.
Oh yeah, I think this purse appeared in other episodes, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it's in episode 2. I was about to go look at that and see. Because they're pretty strict about color values, so you can always kind of tell. Yeah, here it is. It was also the same episode where they introduced the cat.
Oh yeah, the cat from episode 2. That can also be relevant.
Yeah, they literally did that, and then they introduced the coin they did the coin purse, and then they literally did the right after that they did the cat thing.
Hello, Marianne. Does anyone think the pacing of the season is weird?
No.
I think it's very weird. But yeah,
well,
it's very different from Tropical Rouge. Like, no, it has nothing to do with Tropical Rouge. Like, you can't really compare both seasons.
Well, I mean, that would be like trying to compare Star Twinkle and Smile.
Yeah, they're just different, and I think it's a weird. It has a very weird pace because I feel like the story from Delicious is way too good, and they could have spaced it a little more throughout the season. But yeah,
Things happen.
I think the pacing is weird, but the story is very interesting nonetheless. The story is very interesting. Someone need to pull the Delicious Party timeline from Twitter. It's Lapis Lazuli who did it. Lapis is everything, baby. Lapis is super talented. Chloe, YouTube is gonna ban you from changing your profile. Cheesy just changed it and just said it. Wicked Chloe is a dad. Oh my god, she became Amane's dad. Amane's dad is hot, baby. He's hot. He could have been like a buff dad, but you know, I'm already happy. The picture is true. Which picture? Chloe is a hand right now. Oh my god, is that Ed Sheeran's hand? Marian, it was your birthday on Monday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Yay, I hope you had a great time. Did you eat cake? Did you? I've only changed my profile once. Chloe has done it like a billion times. True. Yeah, this picture about Godas with red eyes is true. It's from episode 2, very early on. So, like, it's nothing big. But, you know, red in Delicious, like, red is kind of being used as this color of, like, mind control. Because this was also the color that was used on Gentlu's eyes. You know, Gentlu was red. But when she was being brainwashed, it was purple, wasn't it, Inu?
You mean during the brainwashing process?
Yeah, I
no, well, it was blue and then it sort of faded into red, so there was kind of a purple at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to search for that frame that Narcistoru gets her and brainwashes her again.
But at this point, we know that Narcistoru, his eyes were always purple. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It was It was like reddish, purple-ish, like very, very purple. The energy that brainwashes her is very purple. And there's
well, the inside of the coin purse is that color purple too. Not that that really means anything.
Interesting. Hello, Banane. Godot's ability should have more. Yeah, like it's very hard to know because we don't know what Godot's ability is, but it was Godot who brainwashed Amane. Like this is what like Godot's like he sent an energy. Amane's eyes were blue, and then they became red. So like this was the process of Amane's brainwashing. Godot sent an energy. Her eyes turned from blue to red, and she's brainwashed again into being Gentlu. But yeah, we know next to nothing about Godots. We only know that Godots want all the food in the world. That is the justification for Godots as a villain so far. We don't really know what that means, though, right? Like, what does he want to do with that power? We don't know. But we're going to discover.
I don't know. It sounds like gluttony to me, but...
Yeah, but that theory of maybe like Godot's being that cat that was very hungry, that was, you know, abandoned and didn't have any food, becoming Godot's and turning into like 180, you know, like...
well, the cat was also famished like the other two idiots who didn't eat when they came to Earth.
Right? Oh, God. Carrie also changed her profile. People are really changing their profiles today. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... These colors, they're almost the same. Like, I mean, just within like a 0.5% of variation. So... I don't know.
Yeah, it can be related. And another thing,
Usually when they do that, they're pretty strict about color values.
and another thing about that is the fact that what's the name? Amane's parents. Amane's parents. We haven't heard from them up until now. We don't know anything about them. And then they appear like Mari is searching for information on Ginger
Yeah,
around town.
it's really weird because they own a business, yet they're never there.
Yeah.
It just make the
And
kids
maybe
run it.
they are there. Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Yeah, I
but
know.
They don't appear. Like they're not relevant. But what's interesting about it is that Mari is searching for information on Ginger, who is someone who lived in Oishina Town for a while, but is not from Oishina Town. He's from Ku Kingdom, and he falls into Amane's parents. Like that's where he gets that's where he will get some sort of information about Ginger, because
Yeah, I
something.
mean, it's just all cures have always had their parents. I can't think. Maybe there is one, but I can't think of anyone where their parents are not in some flashback, or they're actually there, or they interact. So
Yeah. And it was very interesting that they kept quiet like about Amane's parents so far, because there's one episode that I think it was a Kokone episode. I'm not sure. They were talking about family, and Kokone doesn't have anybody like brothers or sisters, and like she doesn't have anyone, and she was like her parents are also like never really around, and like the other girls were talking about their experiences with their families, like Yui with her mom and Ran with her siblings, and then Amane shared the information about her family, talking about her brothers.
yeah,
Like she didn't even mention her parents, you know. So this is a new thing that is gonna appear today, and there's also another thing that we need to talk about, which is it slipped my mind. Oh, next episode they're gonna go back in time. They're gonna go back in time. They're gonna travel through time.
Yep.
What will happen in today's episode that will lead to that next episode? Something will lead to the fact that we're going to travel back in time.
I had a theory about that. A delicious stone.
What do you mean?
A delicious stone.
Elaborate.
Just a delicious stone. I mean, we already know from the movie that was the driving cause of that.
No,
and it seems to be the driving cause of everything else.
What I'm saying is, how are they going to get the idea of going back in time?
I'm not saying that they have the idea. I'm just saying that a delicious stone is going to send them back in time.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is,
it already has the ability to traverse dimensions. So
yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, how are they going to get to the idea of going back in time? Like, how are they going to think about that?
I don't think it's their idea. It could be the stone interprets.
Do you think they're going to just do it? Like it's just going to happen?
Leo, let me finish. I think that it could be that I'll just bomb. I think that the stone could interpret that they need answers, and hey, this is the only way to give them the answers.
Okay.
And it's a convenient way of tying everything together without having to show every single interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And we, for all we know, Takumi could go back in time with him too, and he'll be like, hey dad, or oh that's my dad, or something like that, and then Rosemary would be like, oh my god, there's a lot of things that could happen just from a storytelling.
No, yeah, you're right. No, yeah, I like this idea too of the delicious stone. I like it. We know that Kamekame is the one who's gonna bring them back, but like maybe with the power of a delicious stone, like powering her up. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Chise, you became Kana's mom, but who is Kana's mom though? I don't know. I mean, I know it's you, but I don't know who you are now. You're a silhouette.
Leo interrupts a lot.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, more like it.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, Inu. Yeah, it's Inu's fate. Inu will have to deal with the fate that that he has to be interrupted because I'm usually a very quiet person, but it's Precure, and I want to talk.
I love that excuse. It's Precure.
Which Pokemon Scarlet character are you simping? I am simping a lot for the what is his role again? The one who created the Pokedex. I don't remember his name, but that one, and yeah, only that one. There aren't
Last
many
name.
simping characters in this game. Tracy, I fought Tulip today. Girl, what a diva. What a diva. I love her. I stan Tulip. Do we have more to talk about? Like other things? Delicious?
I still wonder if Kokane's aunt might have something to do. Remember how I made that picture where she looks exactly like Secretu?
Oh, her aunt.
Yeah.
Kokone's aunt. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. That would be cool. But,
I doubt that one.
Yeah, she'll
but-
never appear again. That lady will never appear again. She'll just be hated by the...
Well, she could in the very end. You know how all the characters show up at the end?
Oh, yeah. To power them up.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Not the goth grass. Oh, the goth grass gym leader. Yes, I love him too. He has a whip. So he's dangerous. Chloe became the best version of herself. She became dog fart ASMR. Chloe, girl, this is what we love seeing. We love seeing this. Thank you, Chloe. And there's, since we were talking about that earlier, Come Come.
What about her?
We remember, we know that Come the First, she had special powers. So, what were the circumstances that she showed those special powers? Did Come become a cure, or did she power a cure? Did Come the First power up someone to become a cure? Because they knew that Come the Second was able to do that, because the first also did it.
It didn't necessarily have to be a cure, but it could have been Ginger's partner or something like that.
Oh yeah, it could even be the delicious stones, right?
Yeah, because Ginger was a high ranking, so maybe they have their own fairies or something.
Yeah, I just said a cure because I feel like there is a possibility of us having a legendary cure.
Well, because Surfrel makes the comparison that they're essentially the same.
What exactly?
That cook fighters and cures are essentially the same.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already seen how powerful cook fighters can be, right? So you've seen that happen with Mari. Mari was able to. Mari wasn't that strong. Mari was able to fight.
When he was screaming and running away.
Yeah, but Mari was super strong in the first episode. He was able to hold his own, and Black Pepper is also strong. They're not able to defeat monsters by themselves, but they are able to at least hold themselves in a fight. So yeah, they're strong. They're powerful.
They can't
give them power.
purify them. They can't purify them.
Yeah. Carrie became Cure Star. I love this. Humanity is doomed. No. What was that face Takami's mother made when old dude was talking about Ginger? Yeah, what do you think, Inu? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about...
My first reaction was that, she thought that maybe he might be part of whatever Ginger was trying to do when he might have been trying to hunt down Cinnamon. But my second inclination was that it's possible that apparently, I mean, as he says that An is aware of everything. So that would probably include whatever that Cinnamon is running around the world on a fishing boat doing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she thought, oh, well, maybe he's trying to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a suspicious look, but it could be a suspicious look in that she doesn't realize that Mari is an ally.
Yeah, I
So
think what I got from that is Ginger is bad news.
yeah,
That was the idea that I got from that scene. Um, she was there, she was chilling, and then when she listened to Ginger's name, she made that face. So I feel like uh, in the past, so here's a theory of mine. In the past, we see that Cinnamon arrived on Earth. He was saved by Un. Saved, yeah. She fed him because he was also hungry. She fed him. I think there is no food in Cookingdom. That's it. And
oh,
then
come on.
she remember he was trying to get away. Like he was not really wanting to stay. Like he wanted to stay. He wanted to stay, but he felt like he couldn't stay because he was feeling down. Blah, blah. And he went away, and then she brought him back and like, no, you're gonna stay. We're gonna marry and such. And then they got married because he really wanted to stay with her because he fell in love with her, and he really wanted to live that story. And I feel like Ginger was also part of this scenario by trying to take him away, not from Un specifically, but from the human world, maybe. Maybe he wanted to take him back to Cookingdom and she didn't want to lose him. Maybe, I feel like this is more or less what I'm inclined to believe. But by her face, I feel like there's something more there. I feel like there's something more. Because I also believe that Un knows everything. She knows that he's from another world. She knows that he was a cook fighter. He has magic powers and such. I think she knows everything about the Cookingdom
Well,
part
we
of the
know
story.
she knows everything because he said she knows everything, Cook Kingdom and everything. Specifically, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so she knows everything.
But there's one thing though. We know that Cinnamon was probably framed for what happened in the past. Maybe even Cinnamon doesn't actually know what actually happened. Like maybe he doesn't know the truth behind what happened 20 years ago. Maybe even Cinnamon doesn't know. We don't know. Because we don't know what happened 20 years ago. And like we don't know Cinnamon's stance on what happened. If he believes
Yeah,
that
I
he
mean,
did something wrong or such.
yeah, I feel like the first little crack of light of the curtain being pulled back is going to be today.
Yeah, maybe. Bye,
Because I mean,
Jade.
because they're going to have to set that up for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You know
And
how they've been doing it.
mm-hmm. And Cheesy said that I wonder if Takumi has told his mom that he's Black Pepper. I think he didn't.
Yeah, I don't think he did either.
I think he didn't.
I don't think he's told anybody.
Yeah.
The only two people that I think might have a clue is Amane and Rosemary.
Yeah, I wonder because Amane has been paying attention to Black Pepper in certain episodes. I wonder if she has some sort of she connected the dots already or no, and also Mari. Like I'm curious.
Yeah, because there's the one episode where he's kind of playing with him, but then turns it around like, oh yeah, you're in love with Yui.
Yeah, and
But we all know what he meant.
do we know? He doesn't.
Well,
know
he made a serious face and then he played it off like a joke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do we know? Because when he sees Black Pepper, he gets reminded of Cinnamon, and we don't he doesn't know that Shinada Monpei is Takumi's father, right?
Well, he doesn't know for sure. Yeah.
Because I don't think he knows that Shinada Monpei, Takumi's dad, Un's husband, is Cinnamon, right? He doesn't know that, right?
No, he doesn't know that at this
Yeah.
moment. No.
Yeah, because like he feels right now, both him and Fennel, they feel guilty because of what happened to Cinnamon, because now they think Cinnamon was framed. So like
Yeah.
they feel guilty about that. So I wonder if there's gonna be a moment of like asking for forgiveness. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Hope the final battle would be better. 2 months to the countdown. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for battles. But I really hope that we are able to see the power-ups outside the attacks. I really hope. And another thing that I would hope to see in the battle is the cook fighters also fighting. You know, Mari, Black Pepper, Fennel, and Surful.
I think all the cook fighter, well, the ones that we know and probably some extras will show up at the end.
I hope. Because we haven't seen Fennel fight yet.
Yeah, I think that they will, and for all we know, the final battle could take place in Cook Kingdom.
Yeah. Or maybe in the Banduru hideout. Let's see.
Maybe.
Which season had the best final battle fight-wise?
Heart Catch was pretty good. Go Princess was pretty good. Star Twinkle was pretty good.
I would say Star Twinkle and Splash Star.
Smile was
Smile,
good. Splash
yeah.
Star was good.
Yeah.
Even Max Heart was pretty good.
Yeah. The Futariwa seasons, all three, were very good. But I feel like in my favorites are Splash Star and Star Twinkle. But yeah, Splash Star was very good. Oh my god. Happiness Charge, Doki Doki had a very nice fight. I feel like almost all last fights were very good. Almost all of them. Me neither, though. I'm just hoping we get a nice conclusion to everything and no plot points left open. I think that we have time. We have 9 episodes. If we count the last episode out, we have 8. But I feel like there's the possibility of the last episode also bringing up story. Tropical Rouge brought us lots of plot in the last episode. There were so many things going on in the last episode of Tropical Rouge, like in terms of plot and in terms of emotion, you know. So I feel like there's a lot of possibilities for them to work in those 9 episodes with the plot. And there's also Black Pepper. When do you think Black Pepper's identity will be discovered?
I was thinking today maybe they might reveal it in episode 38, but it could be that it doesn't happen until the end. Not the very end, but maybe right before. Honestly, I think it's going to be whenever Cinnamon comes back into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a slight suspicion that they might connect it in episode 38.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like the going back in time might be like some accident or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lemon Inu, you didn't like Tropical Rouge's final fight? I liked it. It was not the best of the franchise, but I liked it.
Well, it was directed by Yoshiyama Yu. So yeah, I like it. I didn't. I mean, there's so many good ones. Just because I didn't name it doesn't mean I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel like the only downside of that was that it was very short. It was very quick. But I liked it. It was a very good battle.
There's the art director, that is, not the actual director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was like the shots, like they were insane, and even the villains helped in the final battle. I liked that too. I like when the villains help.
Yeah, I've shown that scene to people who don't even watch Precure, and they're like, "Wow, I never knew about this.
Yeah.
This is cool." So
Yeah, it's very cool. Like the Precure Sakuga, when it's there, it's there. You know.
it goes hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes really hard, and I really hope that. And yeah, there was the last attack. You can say everything you want about the last fight in Tropical Rouge, but that was the best group attack in Precure history. The carnival, the laugh, baby.
Carnival.
Yeah, the giant cure oasis.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Oh my! Remember when that happened when I DM'd you? I was like, "Oh my! What is this attack?"
Oh yeah, I look. You sent that attack to me, for me to react, and you told me like, you're not ready for this, and I still feel like I'm still not ready to watch that attack because that is the best thing ever.
I was expecting like this big epic attack, and then it's just like a carnival. What the hell?
Yeah, that was so Tropical Rouge because like Tropical Rouge never takes itself seriously, and that attack is just there to prove it. Oh
Yeah,
God.
my jaw was on the floor.
Very good. Yeah. Girl. Very, very good. And I don't know. I like for Delicious. I hope that the last battle isn't inside the Delicious field.
I don't think it will. I think if anything, it won't be on Earth.
I hope so. I hope because I am very tired of it already. Look, it would be so easy for them to just switch and put the Delicious field at night, for example, just to change it a little bit. But you know, I hope it's on Cookingdom or it's on the Godot's lair or something. I just hope it's not here on Earth, or if it's on Earth, no Delicious field. But if it's on Delicious field, I hope it's at least with the Party Up styles because it's been a long time. Not a long time. Tropical Rouge. Star Twinkle was the last time, but it's kind of been a while since we saw the power up forms being used.
Well, I'd say
in battle.
the most surprising moment in this whole freaking series is when they were traveling through the dimensions and suddenly the other teams appeared.
Yes, that was very surprising. I was not expecting that at all. I was not expecting that at all. I was so shocked when we had the glimpse of the past teams when they were traversing dimensions. That was so cool.
And that's
Very
kind
cool.
of the way they've always tried to sort of play it, in recent history, is that it's sort of like, different, like parallel worlds or something like that. I don't really, kind of like the multiverse, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. It was super super surprising. It was a very good surprise, and it was on time with the movie, which also features a segment, an all-star segment, a little all-star segment. So, love that. Even if Black Pepper joined the team and started using his own Delicious field, yeah, I wondered if the other Cook Fighters could also create Delicious fields. Because Madi,
Probably.
Madi does not have his Cook Fighter powers anymore, and he still can do the Delicious fields. Like, is that
Yeah,
a Madi ability or is that a Cook Fighter ability?
Well, as I understood it, the stone just enhances their abilities.
Yeah, because Mari was able to use kind of like wind powers. Takumi is able to blow like those balls of energy. And they give them some sort of like specialties. But we haven't seen many Cook Fighters fight, so can't really say much. Yeah, I believe the next season won't have something like the Delicious Field, because usually when we have different ideas in one season, they don't usually repeat it. You know, they like to keep things unique. You know, like the Startwinkle singing thing on the transformations. They never repeated it, and now we have the Delicious Field. I don't think they were gonna do something similar to that in the next season. I think unless the next season is a sequel to Delicious Party. Delicious Party Precure Full Plate, remember? But
Yeah.
honestly,
We know that would be bad.
yeah, I think so too. But you know, I feel like whatever happens, I think Toy knows what they're doing, because Delicious Delicious Party is a Precure season that was not selling very well in the first and second quarters. But what happens in almost all years is that in the third quarter, we have a decrease of sales. Delicious is a season that was able to bring the sales up in the third quarter. So,
Well, remember too, at the end of last year, plus the beginning of this year, there's been global inflation. So
oh yeah, for sure. Like,
I mean,
obviously, there are
there's
lots
always
of
a lot
things.
of there's always a lot of external factors. It doesn't necessarily mean people don't like it.
Yeah, definitely. And Toy knows how to deal with that. What I'm trying to say is that, like, Delicious Party was able to bring an increase into a portion of the year that Precure usually decreases. So I feel like it's a good indication that Delicious Party isn't the flop that people paint it to be. You know, I feel like it's still holding strong. It's still holding strong, and it's
Well, I mean, with those charts, you can spin it. You can spin it however you want. I mean, obviously, we don't have the raw data to.
oh yeah, obviously we are just looking at
And
it
it does.
based
And
on what we have.
I say we. It doesn't. That doesn't even like concern us really.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's something that they need to worry.
That's all
not
domestic
us.
stuff. Yeah.
Not us. Yeah, and also we don't know about the international sales, because I know lots of people even here are buying Precure stuff and they don't get into those charts because they're only Japanese sales. In Tropical's final battle, we see Cure Flamingo blowing a kiss to Shongiri. Yes, yes, very like a very quick scene. I love that. I think this definitely was another experimental season of Precure. Yes, yes, definitely. Definitely, because I feel like there was an interview earlier this year, right, Emu?
Well, yeah. I don't know
Because,
which one you're talking about.
yeah, that they were talking about like new ideas and like
Oh,
that
yeah.
they were like testing characters like Black Pepper and to see how they would go in terms of popularity.
Well, the character designer, for instance, I know I've seen a couple of her other works, and like she's really good at bringing a character, like the substance of a character, as far as its design.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely very
Um,
good. Yes.
I mean, she's, as I understand it, she's still pretty young, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't preclude that you can't be, a genius.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time for us to finish because it's almost time for the episode. And we're on to something very interesting today. Amane's time to shine, Narcistoru, maybe a little bit more on Ginger's story. Lots of things are going on in Delicious Party right now. Inu, thank you so much for being here today with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
And let's ask Inu a very important question. Inu, what is the name of 2023 Precure?
I have no idea.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't.
Inu has all the information. Inu knows everything about the next season. I'm sure of it. He just doesn't want to tell us.
I mean, well, I can't say. But
see? No, I'm joking. I just wanted
I mean,
you.
I have my own ideas.
So
but
share the
they're-
name of the season with
No,
us.
I have my ideas, but they're neither confirmed, but they're not confirmed either. They're not disputed either. The
Okay.
thing about the duo thing
Mm-hmm.
That was not shot down, but it wasn't confirmed either. So
Yeah. Yeah, and it's gonna take a while for that information to be confirmed because we're only gonna know maybe late December or early January, or even if
me
they.
personally,
Mm.
as a series, I've always wanted the sort of Nanoha like magic and technology
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
or something similar to Symphogear.
Yeah.
Symphogear.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
That would be
So,
nice. That would be nice.
and it's never been done. So.
Inu Paradise Precure. That's the name of the next season. I like it. I like it.
Sounds
Anyways,
like an episode of The
babies.
Bachelor.
Thank you all so much for being here today. We'll see each other soon. And don't forget to tune in for another episode of Delicious Party Precure very soon. Bye bye!
Bye.